In front of a crowd of over 10,000 people at the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York, Deontay Wilder retains his WBC Heavyweight World title by defeating Bermane Stiverne by first round knockout in 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Once again, first round knockout here at the Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, and these are the heavyweights. And now, let's go to post.
Well, thank you guys for waiting so patiently. And I guess we got some great news tonight. I don't have to retire, so I'm still here. You know, it was a magical night for one. You know, I'm back in Brooklyn for the second time. What a great place to be, with an electrifying crowd again, the support and love. You know, being from Alabama and coming all the way over here to Brooklyn, New York, man, to seeing the love just like back home, man, it really touches my heart, you know, and I'm always filled with joy to come here each and every time to perform for you guys. And it was a magical night tonight, you know, and again, I said history. It's not a man that have fought me that I haven't knocked out. So I'm just ready to prove that I am the best, you know. That's all I want, you know. Of course, Stiverne, for some, wasn't the best. You know, some already predicted it. I said I was going to knock them out, and I did that. And now, you know, over and over again, I keep sending messages out to the heavyweight division that I am the man to beat. I am the most feared. I do hit the hardest. You know, I am who I say I am. I don't speak, I don't say things just to say it because of people have cameras in my face, or people have, you know what I'm trying to say. I just want to prove that I'm the best. I want to know for myself, you know. I say it, I believe it, and I'm receiving it. Now, I want to prove it to the world. So hopefully these heavyweights in the division, seeing what I've done, and don't get too frightened. Hope they want to feel the same way. I want to unify the division. The heavyweight division is too small to have so many champions, 3 and 4. I mean, well, 3. You know, it should be one champion, one face, one name, and his name's Deontay Wilder. Any questions, guys?
Deontay, good evening. Gareth A. Davis from The Telegraph and TalkSport. We've enjoyed you being over in the UK before. There's not many people here from the UK, and obviously we saw Anthony Joshua perhaps labour against Carlos Takam a bit last week. Can you give a message to the UK, to Anthony Joshua, about how you feel tonight after this and what we really ought to be seeing in the heavyweight division?
Well, just to Joshua, you know, y'all have seen many times up on podiums. Y'all have seen me on social media. You know, it's only so much I can say. I want to unify. Is he up for the challenge? Like I said, I declare war. You know, this is not a battle. This is war because I want all the belts. You know, and I'm not looking for when I beat him, I'm not looking for the second time around because it's going to be so bad and so brutal that the first time going to be enough. It's going to be like no mas.
Is there a danger you scared him off tonight, though?
I'm scaring heavyweights each and every time. Don't you see it? You know, I am the most feared. And if I'm not, then I want somebody to shut me up. I want somebody to prove that to me. I want to be proven wrong. But for right now, I don't feel like nobody's gonna prove me wrong. Who has the guts? He can run for so long, for so far. You know, and I hate this. I hate this. You know, say this, but it seemed like this has turned into a Riddick Bowe and a Lennox Lewis effect. And if so, then you need to go on and throw those belts in the trash can because I am coming.
Deontay, you talk a lot about like envisioning. And I was wondering if this is exactly the kind of dominating win you expected. 3 knockdowns, he couldn't get up, he was falling down on his face. And also, do you think that Joshua is looking at this and says, yeah, I want to fight that guy?
Well, I knew I was going to knock Stiverne out, you know. I kept saying, when you fight a guy the first time, it's a learning experience. The second time is a learning experience as well, but the difference is you already know that person a little bit more than the second time than the first time. And I knew everything about Stiverne. We had 9 different guys come in. I had 9 different great looks, you know. Some would say my sparring partner was even tougher, but, you know, the only thing that was different between the sparring partner and this is that I think I went more rounds in sparring this time, you know.
Okay.
No disrespect, you know, because you must respect fighters in the ring. I tell people all the time, you know, I don't even like the term bombs. Everybody want to say bombs until you get up in there and you be the one that been dropped and become the bomb, you know. And we must respect fighters because they risk their life, and it's nothing to play around with, especially with the mentality that I have as a champion, as a person. I had to be so hungry. I had to be so mean. You know, when a lion is hungry, they say it feel like it have been starving for a year, so when it see its prey, is ready to eat everything, and that's how I feel like when I'm in the ring, like a lion, like a king that I am.
Deontay.
So, the second question, Lim?
Do you think he's looking at this performance and say, yeah, I want to fight?
Come on. Of course not. You know, if so, then he would have been accepted my offer. He would have been eager to fight me a long time ago. It seems like nowadays his promoter doing more of the talking than him. He's not even confident as a champion. You know, he want to put himself in a better position to beat me, but the thing about it is no better position to beat me. You know, that don't exist because I'm a hungry champion. I'm going to be around for a very long time. I'm on a mission. And when you're on a mission, you're not going to stop until you complete and accomplish the mission. So, Joshua, you can run as fast as you can. I will catch you.
Okay, Joshua, I've covered boxing for 20 years. I've never seen a fighter knock out another fighter as the fighter was in a perfect defensive position and you still knocked him out. How are you able to do that?
As I say, I got Alabama country power, man. I mean, my power is real. You know, nowadays we don't even, it ain't no need of me getting on the scale no more, you know. You know, I'm always low when it comes to weight-wise and stuff like that, but we don't even really think about it no more, you know what I mean? The weight is going to be what it is. You know, like I said, I always tell the story that my grandma always said I was anointed by God. You know, I always say that she wouldn't even let my parents whoop me. She would get very upset if they did. You know, she would tell them, he's the one that's going to bring y'all up. He's the chosen one. Instead of disciplining me, she used to teach me. She used to talk to me. You know, she used to tell me things, you know. I was her favorite as well, too. So, you know, I definitely feel like I am the chosen one. I'm meant to do something great in this world. And I think boxing is just a platform that's going to allow me to really get to where I really want to go and what really God got for me.
Deontay, Chris Connor, last call. Congratulations again. We talked about last time we were here in Brooklyn with you. It felt like this card was cursed. You went from Luis Ortiz, Bermane Stiverne. You have to share a spotlight here with the UFC. Anthony Joshua doesn't want to fight you. How much of this fight for you is just getting all that anger out, all the anger of being ducked, overlooked, people saying that you start this by getting guys to falsely test positive? How much of this was just taking all your anger out on Bermane Stiverne?
I think there was all 100% of that. Every bit of what you said. You know, there was everything in one big snowball. You know, it was just a snowball building up, and especially when the Ortiz situation came about, man. You know, I really broke down. I don't know. It was crazy. It took me back to my older days my younger days when I was young, and when I used to huff and puff, and when I cried, you knew something. You better get out the way because he was gonna be a Tasmanian devil. And when Shelly called me, I was like, and Shelly, you know, when Shelly calls me, I know when something's wrong and I know when something's going right by his voice. I could detect in his voice. And when Shelly called me, Deontay, I said, I said, Shelly, get straight to the point. Ortiz failed the drug test. And when he did that, you know, it's just my heart dropped to my stomach. And, you know, I bust out with tears. You know, it was tears of anger because I want to prove myself so bad. Like, I never wanted to prove myself so bad. Not to me, but to the world, you know, because so many people blame me for so many different things that don't have nothing to do with me. You know, I try to fight the best. I've called out the best. The best haven't accepted my challenge. The best always take an easier route, you know, and that's the facts of Deontay Wilder. This is nothing that I'm making up. This is nothing that I just all of a sudden just imagining. This is real life for me, you know, and I just want to prove myself. You know, I said it before in Showtime. It's almost as if like you want to do something so bad, like if you constipated, like you just, you know. I want to prove myself, and I know after this that the heat is going to be on the other champions. You know, definitely Joshua, because that's who people want to see, and that's what I want as well too. So after this fight, you know, the pressure is definitely going to be on. You know, I think I've won a lot of fans, not only Americans but UK fans and people all around the world. So that's the mega fight, and that's the one I want, and we will get it. I don't say hope. I'm not going to say if. I'm going to speak it. I believe it. I'm going to receive it.
Hey, Deontay, congratulations. We're talking a lot about Anthony Joshua, and I know you want that fight, but since it doesn't appear as though that will be the next fight for you, or the next fight for him, frankly, you know, you're going to have other fights between now and then. What kind of fight could you have that's not Joshua that would at least interest you or excite you? Who else is out there that you could be interested to fight?
Well, we got a lot of guys in the heavyweight division. Of course, you've heard them run their mouth many a times. And we got a lot of up-and-coming guys as well, too. And, you know, we just seen one of the guys that I got history with, and it's not a positive history. That's in Brazil. So that could be a potential one next as well, too, while we wait, you know, for the so-called best heavyweight champion in the world. So, you know, we have options. We definitely have options. I don't want people to think that we don't have options, that I need a certain type of person, which I don't. You know, we have a lot of great heavyweights here. And we're going to keep American boxing alive, especially the heavyweight division. It have heated up, and it's just continue to flame and become even more heated as time goes by. So, you know, so we're just going to sit back. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to go to Joshua them people. We're going to see what's up. See, can they not wait and make a date? If not, then we move on.
Hey, Deontay, Andy Emilio, ES News. Congrats. Big statement win. Kind of drawing a parallel here. I saw you pound your chest, and then you were standing over him. It kind of reminded me of the fight you had with Charlie Z when you kept telling him, get up, get up. Like you just wanted to hurt him. Can you just like elaborate a little more on the emotions that were in the ring when Stiverne was knocked down and you wanted to fight him more? I've only seen you do that twice.
Yeah, you know, I was in my element. You know, I felt so great in the dressing room. You know, I was telling my people that I haven't felt this good in a long time. You know, it took me back until my early in my career when I felt so great, when I was really blowing these guys out in the first and second and third round and stuff like that. And tonight, I felt that energy. I feel so good. The gloves felt so great, like it was perfect. It was meant, you know. And, you know, pounding my chest to let him know that I meant every word that I say. I am here. Nothing you can do can stop me. Nothing you can say can stop me. Whatever you do, I can do better. Everything I told Stiverne, you know, I really meant it for him. I don't know if he meant what he said when he was referring to things that he said to me, but I meant everything. And, you know, even like I said, I meant everything. Even with the killing part, I meant that. I meant that. I do want a body on my record. But I mean, that's just the bronze bomber mentality. Right now, I'm Deontay Wilder. I'm calm. I'm at peace, you know. I bring love. But the bronze bomber, you just never know what he's going to say and what he's going to get. But it's real. It's real. Everything is real. And thank God that he survived and see another day. You know, Deontay Wilder want everybody to go home. He want everybody to see a family, because I have family. I have kids that I love to death. You know, and I definitely, you know, I say an individual prayer and we say a team prayer. And the individual prayer, I always say I want the guys to go back home, you know. And I know a lot of people will say I contradict myself, but they got to understand it's two different personalities. I'm Deontay Wilder outside, and I'm the Bronze Bomber on the inside, and it's really real.
I know it was only one round, but how did the right hand hold up? And you mentioned that glove. I know it was a new glove for you. How do you think that worked for you tonight?
The right hand feels great. It's I think that I had so much rest, over the time to recover. My last fight was in February, and here we is now in November. So it's like a blessing in disguise that these guys are doing so much to delay so much of the fights or whatever, because the only thing they've done was help me heal this hand, and it feel amazing. But my jab hand, I came with some good steam on there, and Stiverne had always been hard, even from the first fight. So the second fight, I hurt my knuckles a little bit. It's just a little swollen, but it'll be okay.
I just want to say that you're an amazing dad, and your daughter is very lucky to have you. And I just want to say, are you willing to go to UK to fight Joshua? Because numbers-wise, there's a lot more people that go over there to watch those fights, and you can make so much more money than here. Or you want him to come here? That may not be true. No, I'm just asking. I don't know facts-wise. I'm just going by numbers-wise what Joshua has performed out there. 90,000 people.
Shelly Fingers, everyone.
Sorry. So I am so sorry, bro. I didn't mean.
Shelly Fingers.
I mean, that's what I see. That's what I see on TV. So.
No, what you do see on TV is more people, but not necessarily more dollars.
Got you.
When you go to Vegas, if they want this fight, they can put up more than anywhere.
I agree.
I wanted to say something else, though. About 6 weeks ago, and this was not public, I got a letter, an email from Eddie Hearn, and he said, if you fight Dillian Whyte, we'll get you Joshua next. I couldn't get on the phone quick enough for him, and he didn't answer, and I said, what's the matter? Why aren't you answering? He said, please give me a day. I just lost the fight with the one that he was supposed to.
Pulev. Yeah.
So the next day, I said to him, what's the deal? He said, what do you want to fight Dillian Whyte? I said, that'll be made easy. When do we get Joshua? Never called me back. Okay. Next, I've been around this game a long time. If someone wants to fight, they fight. Joshua said he wants to fight Deontay next year. Deontay just finished his mandatory. You heard what he wants to do. Joshua finished his mandatory. You haven't heard a word from him. If Joshua wants to fight, Deontay is ready. If it means the right deal to go to the UK, he'll fight him on the moon. He'll go anywhere to fight him, and he said it. So there's no silence. There's no avoiding. It's up to Joshua, and if it's not, then he has his reasons not to.
And Dan Rayfield, you just said the fight obviously won't happen next. They're going to do something else. Why? Why can't it happen next? They literally fought 1 week apart. Neither one of them's hurt. They're exactly on the same schedule.
Thank you.
No, and you're right, because Anthony Joshua doesn't want to fight this man right now. Okay, I'll give you that. Eddie Hearn doesn't want Anthony Joshua to fight this man right now.
I don't think he want to fight me as bad as I want to fight him, though.
You came in a little bit lighter than normal at the weigh-in. Was that game plan?
No, it's funny how my body works. In camp, I'm always heavier. I'm always like in the 230s or something like that. It's like when it's time to come to war, it's always like my weight drop. And I don't take that, and I done tried the chefs, I done tried the nutritionists, I done tried all that stuff, and it seemed like the same effect over and over again. So I've just got comfortable with what I am. I tell people all the time that I'd rather be the part than look the part. Looking the part, it only gets you so far, but actually being that part, it would never matter. Ever. Because one thing about it that people can't measure, nor can they weigh, is my heart. It's big, it's heavy. So when these guys fight me, they better be ready.
And the last question, Luis King Kong Ortiz was in attendance for your fight. Do you have any thoughts on that?
You know, I'm not gonna even lie. When I saw him at the hotel coming out the elevator, I almost puked in my mouth because you know I got so much because of. When I say I got so much people throwing the fault at me, the blame at me, when it ain't had nothing to do with me. Look, I was gonna pay a guy set-aside money out of my pocket to fight him, to show you guys, to entertain you guys, and to prove to myself that I am the best. And what happened? I don't know. I don't care what reason that they said they came up with. You know, a lot of stuff not add up with what they say. How about just don't take nothing? You know, all of a sudden, you know, you fight this person, you fight that person, nothing come up, and all of a sudden overnight you get old and blood pressure pills come up as a masking agent and stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, you know, I would have loved to share the ring with Luis Ortiz. It's just like Povetkin and all the other rest of them. I would have loved to share the ring with them, man. Looking like for Povetkin, you know, I may end up sharing the ring with him as well too, because he's moving on up. But at the end of the day, man, what does it do to catch a? Yes, sir.
You ready? Listen to this, right? Since the Povetkin camp, I don't got a question, I got like a statement. Since the Povetkin camp, that's the best I've ever seen with Povetkin as far as training. When I came to train with you this time, it was something with your mindset that just was a lot more pointed, deeper, everything. You really going to do bad intentions with Stiverne, right? So this fight reminds me of when Tommy Hearns wanted to make a statement with Roberto Duran in the office. Murphy. So you know what I wanted to say. Oh, snap! Bermane Stiverne!
You wanted it, you got it. Malik Scott, baby, my brother.
Deontay, congratulations. First of all, nice coat.
Thank you so much.
You look like the heavyweight champion of the world. Probably the most charismatic heavyweight champion we've had since the great Muhammad Ali. I think I can say that. Is there a part of you that just wants to go to the UK to fight Anthony Joshua, or anywhere for that matter? Because Ali was famous for traveling abroad and proved, you know, anybody saying, I'll fight you wherever you want to go and everything. Is there a part of you that just wants to have that as a part of your legacy?
You know, I go anywhere. Like I said, my title says the heavyweight champion of the world. And with that being said, I'll travel anywhere. You know, as to be a champion, I feel that you can't just be, you can't just fight in your country. You can't just stay, you know, temporary where you are. Like, I wouldn't say temporary, or what he's trying to do is stay permanent in the UK because of what the things they got going on. That looks good over there and all that and stuff like that. But the Mecca and the money will always be in America. Always.
And this is called prize fighting. So the fight should happen where the biggest prize is.
So I'll travel anywhere, you know. All I want them to do, like I said, don't wait, make the date, and Deontay Wilder will be there.
Deontay, congratulations on a big win to you and your team. Question, your ring entrance was probably longer than the fight. How did the collaboration or you and 50 hook up?
Well, you know, 50 is a great guy, man. I know he makes jokes and stuff like that. I told 50 in the back he should start stand up comedy or something like that, because he really is a funny guy. And you know, with the relationship with me and 50, I really had to owe it to my brother Manu Jones right here. You know what I mean? That's my brother right there, and you know that's how it all started with Manu. And it's been on ever since. You know, 50 really a great guy, and you know, and he definitely want the best for people, and he want to put people in positions where they can benefit from it and stuff like that. So you know, and you know, he's a fan of mine as well too. You know, he's into boxing. He loves boxing. He actually do it himself as well too. So the connection was easy, and I told him he should come out and walk with me, and the Many Men song was perfect for the situation.
Last question. Deontay, do you think that the UK fans should hold Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua accountable for not fighting you and not support anything that's next, not Deontay Wilder?
Most definitely. They should do them like they did Jesus. Put them on They should throw lettuce and spit on them, and it's about that time. That's what the world want to see. I think it's a lot of fans in the UK want to see it, but I think it's a lot of fans that don't want to see it because they know what I bring. They know what I'm capable of doing. And, they got a great thing going over there. So, they want to continue to do what they're doing as long as they can. But the thing about it, it all has to come to an end at some point in time. He can only fight so many people. I mean, he shares the same division as I. And as you can see, it's a very small division. So our paths must cross at some point in time. And I'm saying, why wait? And let's make it now. Why wait? Who else can he fight? I know they got a lot of England guys, just like I got American guys, but really, people want to see the best fight the best. And I want to prove that I am the best, so I want to fight the best. If Anthony is the best, if Parker the best, put him up to the test.
All right, guys, let's give the champ a round.
Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a safe trip home.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.